Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We are passionate about helping people with business and accounting. In today's video, I want to talk about the new stimulus bill that's been passed. Now, this bill has passed the House and the Senate and is currently on its way to President Trump's office. I don't see a reason why this bill will not pass, so I want to dive into the Paycheck Protection Program and EIDL and how those are affected in this new bill. So if you're interested, keep on watching. So one of the major things that we're excited for here at Financial Design is that the EIDL grant will no longer reduce PPP forgiveness. That is game changer. A lot of people would have received full forgiveness. However, because they had the EIDL grant, they still had $1,000 that they would either need to pay back or have a loan on. So we are really excited to hear that the EIDL grant will no longer reduce forgiveness. Along with that, the EIDL grant is no longer taxable income. So we don't have to make any sort of tax adjustment. It's just free money that businesses received, which is phenomenal. That is amazing, guys. Now, the PPP program got a major facelift in some areas, which I am so excited for. Congress has decided to reinstate the Paycheck Protection Program. Some people are calling it PPP2, but basically the Paycheck Protection Program will reopen and people will be able to apply for this loan. Now, in order to qualify for this Paycheck Protection Program, so version 2, you need to be able to prove that your gross revenue was negatively affected during this pandemic. So what they want us to do is they want us to compare a quarter within 2020 and compare that to a quarter in 2019. So you can pick Q1, Q2, Q3, and I'm assuming once this bill gets passed, we'll be able to include quarter 4 in our analysis. If we're able to prove that revenue was negatively affected by at least 25%, then you'll be able to apply for the Paycheck Protection Program version 2. So if you're getting value out of these videos, please consider subscribing to our channel and giving this video a like. I would really appreciate it. I appreciate your support, and it's free. Another improvement to the program is that they have made other qualified expenses a lot more broader. So basically what we're able to now include is operating expenses. So if you qualify for version 2, you'll be able to use PPP funds for operating expenses outside of rent, utilities, mortgage interest, which that is amazing. Now, they've excluded some people from the program. So if you're a publicly traded company, you won't be able to apply for PPP2. If you have over 300 employees, you will not be able to apply for PPP2. And they've also made it to where you can get up to $2 million of funding. Now remember, this is still the Paycheck Protection Program. So it's going to be based off of payroll. And from my understanding, the calculation will be pretty much the same. So they're going to take the average monthly payroll and multiply that by 2.5. So you'll be able to pick the time period. So you can either choose 2019 or the last 12 months to base your payroll that way. Now, another major change that I am super excited for is that PPP will no longer have a tax adjustment. Can we just take a moment and, just celebrate that? We will no longer have to do a tax adjustment for PPP. So what that means is we'll be able to take the expenses that we use PPP for. That's huge. That's going to help so many people, in my opinion. So what that means is this new bill overrides what the IRS has said. So if you guys remember, and if you follow some of my videos, you've heard me say that the IRS is requiring us to do this tax adjustment. We won't be able to take the expenses. It's just a roundabout way for us to still have to pay taxes on this money. Well, this bill addresses that, and it is very clear that we do not have to make a tax adjustment. So the PPP funds are not taxable income, and our expenses are not reduced. Now, as far as, applying for forgiveness and all of that stuff, guys, we still have to keep our records. We still have to apply for the correct amount of forgiveness. So make sure you check out this video if you're applying with the EZ application. I walk you through step by step on what you need to do. So what happens if you've already filed for forgiveness? If I were you, I would go back to my bank once this has officially passed. So once it's become law, go back to the bank and let them know that you had your EIDL advance reduce your PPP loan and that you want this reevaluated. I am sure the banks are gonna have to come up with the process. So SBA will issue some guidance for the lenders on how to go through this process. But it's gonna be a process. It might take a while. So guys, just be patient with that. I'm sure it will all resolve itself. But as far as timing, that I don't know. Now, there's also going to be funds poured into audit. So they are going to be looking at a lot of these loans and auditing a lot of these loans to make sure that people are not taking advantage of the program. PPP1 had a lot of issues that were identified. And so it's my understanding that they're pouring some money into the audit departments and they're going to be hiring people and they're really going to ramp up this area to be able to take a look at a lot of these loans. So guys, it's so important to make sure that your calculations are correct, make sure that your PPP amounts are correct, and keeping adequate documentation. Now, once this bill has officially passed, I will go ahead and do my regular video of when we take a look at the bill and we kind of talk through it and make sure that our understandings are all correct. And like I said, guys, you got to trust us, but make sure you're verifying this information. Make sure that you're doing your homework and making sure that what we're telling you is correct. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, share it with a friend, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.